Because this is a huge group. All right, don't say insurance, because it's going to look weird. Cool. Good morning. I have one other thing to do before I start. So Tony said we're headed claims at Hiscox for like another 15 minutes. Actually, just decided to leave earlier this week. So this is the last thing I'm doing on behalf of the company. But if you don't know who Hiscox is, you need to. It is simply the most amazing insurance company out there. It shouldn't exist. It's an incredible place. I've been blessed to work there and had a great team. Really hard to leave, but I'm going to do this kind of stuff full time. So it's kind of cool that the last thing I'm doing ties to what I'm going to be doing going forward. And you guys get to see either way whether you're going to make it or not. So we'll see. All right, so I want to talk to you about Do a Day. Tony mentioned it's the name of my book, but more importantly, it's how I've changed my life to be able to live a better life every day, to overcome the greatest challenges that I faced. And I'm going to explain what it is and try to give you guys a little taste of how it might apply to your lives. So growing up, and I'm the one in the gray, I was the fat kid. I was obese, and I wasn't obese because I ate too much and moved too little, although those two things were true. I was obese because I had a lot of anxiety. So my parents got divorced when I was really little, and kids just kind of need to feel safe and secure, like everything's going to be okay, especially because they can't give themselves that. They're not capable of doing that. I was like 5 years old. So I always felt like everything was about to go wrong. And I need to turn somewhere for comfort, so I turn to food. Food doesn't really do that in the long run. It makes you feel good for a minute, but then it doesn't really stick, and you just turn back to it again, and eventually I got pretty big. I kept getting bigger than that. Now, I lost weight when I was in high school, so I got a different relationship with diet and exercise, and I never dealt with the reason why I was obese. So of course, like a lot of people in their 20s, I gained weight back, gained about half of it. I never looked obese again. I was just American. I just looked like everybody else. And I look at that picture, I'm like, oh, it's huge. But at the time, no one would have said that. It's like, oh, he's just a guy. Or I was in Boston, so it's like, ah, he's a guy. Yes. So yeah, I didn't deal with the anxiety. So I kept putting on a few pounds every year. I got about 50 pounds overweight again. But I just kept getting more and more miserable. And miserable to be around, because I always thought everything was about to go wrong. So I was always looking for problems and always worried about what was happening. Now the weird thing is I was a management consultant at the time, so I literally was paid to look for problems, fix them. So it's like my job was reinforcing my anxiety as being a good thing, but it wasn't serving me. And I wasn't dealing with it until I didn't have a choice. So in 2011, I was forced to deal with it because I almost lost everything. So that woman is my wife. Somehow I convinced her. She got really sick in the summer of 2011. She has a chronic illness that reared its head. And that summer, she was on what we believe to be her deathbed. She's still alive, but she wasn't expected to be. So her doctors gave up on her. So there was nothing left to do. And I got this call from her primary care doctor. It was like, I'm going on vacation. I'll check in with you in 6 weeks. I said, she weighs about 100 pounds. She's bedridden, but she's losing 2 pounds a day. She's not going to be here in 6 weeks. And all he said was, okay, we'll take her to the ER, and he hung up. So I walked back into our bedroom. My wife was in bed. And my son was standing there, and he was 2 at the time, 2 and a half. And he was looking at his mom, who was a full-time stay-at-home mom, really engaged in his life, and he wasn't anymore. And then he turned and looked at me, and when his eyes met mine, that was it. Like, that's when everything came crashing down, and it hit me. What am I doing in this life? Like, this poor woman is suffering, and I'm so caught up on everything that's going wrong and all the stuff I have to do, and it's such a burden on me, and how am I going to get through this, and I'm about to be a single dad, and all this terrible stuff. I can't even pause to just be there for her, because I have to do stuff. And this little boy, God, like, if I had anxiety from my parents getting divorced, imagine what he's going to have to deal with if his mother dies. And he's left with me as his only parent, who's always like flying around with everything going wrong. So I'm failing myself. Those two things are not okay, obviously. But then I looked at myself. I was like, why do I have to feel this way all the time? Why do I have to be miserable? And as much as I was justified, it was like, look, you know, things always go wrong, but my anxiety lets me spot it ahead of time, and so I can fix it before it's too if I always think everything's about to come crashing down, why am I still standing? Like, it's never as bad as I always seem to think it is, and I'm clearly way more capable of making things okay than I give myself credit for. Because somehow I'm still here, right? So maybe the anxiety is not serving me the way that I think it is. And that was a moment that I had a choice in. I could either just like let that fade away, or I could grab hold of it and decide to do things differently going forward. And that's what I did. So that was June 30th, 2011, when I had that call with that doctor. And the next morning, everything was different. Like, I felt different in my bones. And so I decided there's some things that really need to change if I'm ever going to get on the other side of this. And the first is my weight. So I was at 222. I said, by the end of the year, I want to get to 185. So it's like, it's a bunch of weight. I got time to do it. I know the things I need to do. It's not like lose 5 pounds. It's like get myself to a healthy place. I didn't get there. I got to 185 in October. And I got to 180 by the end of the year, and I've basically been there the rest of my life. This isn't about sharing how much I weigh. It's like, I changed it, and I kept it changed. Because the reason why I changed it was I was in touch with the kind of life I wanted to have, and what really matters to me. And I dealt with the anxiety, finally, and I did a bunch of other things, and I've had these successive wins that are all like, they're things that were so impossible, I wouldn't even have written them on the list of things I want to do, and then cross them off because they're too impossible. Like, I couldn't even have gotten them to that. And it all comes from this sense of that true motivation, that true purpose. That's kind of the heart of Do a Day. So let me give you guys the building blocks so you can think about how you can bring this into your life. Okay, so there's 4 key pieces to Do a Day, and the first is self-love. And if you're feeling squeamish or weird or like, that's like hippie, get over it. You can call it what you want. I know someone who's in a book club and he calls it Fight Club because he doesn't want to sound like he's soft. Call it whatever you want, but the thing is, you gotta have it. Self-love is so unbelievably important. Because if you don't have it, what it means is you don't think you deserve better, and you don't think you're capable of having that. You don't think you're capable of achieving it. If you don't think you deserve it, and you don't think you can do it, guess what? Nothing else we're talking about matters at all. Because you'll never get there. You'll always self-sabotage. Right, so like I said, with the sense that everything's always going wrong, how come I'm still standing? Like, clearly I'm way more capable than I ever give myself credit for. But if I allow myself to see that, maybe I won't get so worked up. Because it's like, I've got this. I can handle it. One of the things that I think stands in the way of self-love is societally, we all kind of put ourselves down. Right? We self-deprecate, we make jokes at our own expense, we don't take compliments. We get in these arguments with people about who has it worse. Like, who was up later last night, whose boss is worse, whose teacher's worse, who has more homework. And the winner is the one who's more miserable. What's that about? But it's true, right? So I tell people to start to build it, just allow for compliments about you to sit. And the trick is, I call it stop the but. Like, as soon as that word but forms in your mind when someone pays you a compliment, stop. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's like, if someone tells you, oh, you did a great job in that presentation, it's like, oh, thanks, but I screwed up on slide 2, and I lost the audience after that. Or like, oh, you did so well on that exam. Yeah, but, I should have gotten this question right. You move to but. You dismiss their compliment. You dismiss the idea that you're good enough. So just say thanks. And if you can't even do that, just say, I'm glad you liked it. It's like, just be happy for their happiness. But the more you do that, the more you start to allow for yourself to be okay. And that's a crucial building block. So self-love is number 1. Number 2 is finding your true motivation. So I didn't have a choice. It was thrust upon me. But you don't have to face a life or death moment to get there. But you do have to be willing to do some self-exploration and challenge yourself and maybe get a little bit uncomfortable. You have to ask yourself what really matters to you above everything else. What will always matter to you, no matter what else is happening. And whatever your answer is probably wrong. It's not deep enough. So then you got to question yourself again and say, well, why? And what's going on under the surface of that? And there's 4 main components to that true motivation that really need to be true. The first is it has to be deep within you. So it's about you. It's not about someone outside of you. It's going to be something like inside that core. As much as I've said, like, my wife and my son, I want to be a better husband, a better father. Yeah, that's really important. I care about the 2 of them more than anything. But ultimately, it came back to the kind of life I want to live. Because I'm always with myself. Like, what if my wife and I got divorced? What if she passed away? And if she's my motivation, she's gone. You know, like, you need to make it about you. So it's gotta be deep within you. It has to be profound. So it's gotta be something that could like bring you to your knees, bring you to tears. It's a thing when people say dig deep, that's the thing you're digging for. So deep within you, profound, and it's gotta endure. So when I lost weight the first time, I was a teenager. I didn't want to be the fat kid anymore. Right? Like, I was a teenage boy, I wanted girls to like me. But then I lost weight in high school, I went to college, nobody knew me. So I was no longer the fat kid to anyone around me. So guess what happened? You guys saw it, I turned American and just put on a little bit of weight. Because my motivation stopped. So you need something that's always going to stick with you, always going to be there no matter what else is going on. And lastly, this is kind of baked into the first two, but I call it out specifically, it's going to be non-material. So this is not about stuff and things, it's about values. This is what's operating at your core. It's like when people talk about buying a house versus making a home. Like, there's a big difference in those words. A house is the thing you live in, and a home is where your family is. So it's that kind of difference. So once you have your why, your motivation, you point it in direction of your intention, where do you want your life to go? That's major goals. So like with my weight loss example, I had 100 pounds to lose. That's the goal, because that's moving my life forward. It's not 5 or 10 pounds. Like the 100, that's daunting as hell. There's so many days I couldn't start because it was too big. But that's still what the goal had to be. So set your intention of where you want to get to. If you want to be CEO one day, the goal is not to be like junior actuary too. It's get to where your final goal is, and the other things are steps along the way. And lastly is do a day itself, which is an execution strategy. So when I talked about weight loss, I keep coming back to that. Maybe that's not relevant to everyone, but it's a tangible example I think most people can understand. 100 pounds, it's too big. Like every day I woke up and I'd have these pep talks with myself about like, today's a day, man, you're not gonna eat all that junk. And by 10 a.m., like, it's gone, because it's just too much. It's so hard to even understand, it's scary. Chicago marathons tomorrow, when I ran a marathon, I did Chicago. Like 26.2 miles, my first day of training, I couldn't run that. It's too big, it's too scary. But the thing is, I wasn't running a marathon that first day. I wasn't losing 100 pounds that day. I just had to do what I had to do in each day in support of those goals, and it adds up to ultimate success. So let me talk a little bit more about do a day, why those two words, do a day. Day is really the crucial one. So we live our lives caught between two things, yesterday and tomorrow. So yesterday is all the pain, all the judgment, all the regret, or sense of loss for what we've experienced before. And we pull all that negativity into today. So think about like if you had an argument with someone and it's unresolved, next time you see them, things are going to be weird, right? You may end up arguing with them. You're pulling forward that anger, that discomfort into the present moment, and you're acting from that place. And we do it with tomorrow too. So tomorrow is my jam. It's like all the stuff that's going to go wrong. So we have this fear, anxiety, it could be anticipation of something great. I can remember the night before getting my driver's license, I know I didn't sleep a wink because I was too excited about tomorrow. And I gave up a night's sleep for it. But we give up the present moment because of all of our fears of tomorrow. And what happens when you end up caught between yesterday and tomorrow is you miss out on doing what you need to do today in pursuit of your goals. You know, in weight loss, like it doesn't matter if I ate right or exercised enough yesterday. It isn't yesterday right now. I just have to do what I need to do today for that goal. Because it's always only today, right now. It's never yesterday, and it's never tomorrow. And the clicker never works when you think it does. So I want to give you guys a specific example from my career that I think will resonate or has resonated, or you probably come to a point soon enough in your careers when you're like, oh man, that slide is spot on. I failed miserably. I was a management consultant at McKinsey, and I was doing a piece of work that actually, oddly enough, led to my current job. I was redesigning the claims organization. There were 9 regional insurers that had been bought and brought together under one umbrella, and I was going to create this national claims organization out of the 9 pieces. It honestly was the greatest thing I did in my whole consulting career. incredibly hard but super rewarding, except I was wrong. That's kind of a mistake. So I built this model and it got really, really detailed down to like the actual individual employees that they have, who stays, who needs to relocate, who's going to be offered early retirement, which offices close, which call centers do they have, do they need to build out new locations, who's doing what job. I mean, it was like literally down to the individual people, like Barb in Tulsa is going to do this. Saved $22 million from their current organization. Huge. And I presented it to the client. She was the chief claims officer of the organization. She's like, this is incredible. She got it. She knew exactly what to do. She took it to the CEO. She looked like a rock star. You know, flying high. It was the best moment of my career. Until a week later when the guy on our team who sent me all the underlying data was like, so I just want to check, you know about the problem with the data, right? I was like, the what? With the what? There was a break in one of the rows of data, and he's like, you have to go below the break and you'll see there's a little bit more data under there. All right, so I opened his data set, and sure enough, there's the break, there's the rest of the data, and I didn't get any of it in my model. And it wasn't like 3 claims, it was like 10% more volume than what I had. So I put it back in the model, and 22 million savings became like 15 or 17, I don't remember. They needed 150 more people, and they needed another call center. So huge change from what they had been thinking. So I started shaking. Called the partner on the project, and I told him. He was not happy with me. But I took responsibility for it. I told him what the answer was, and I was scared that I was about to get fired. But he didn't fire me because he's like, we need to talk to the client. Called the client, walked her through it, shared the information with her. She was also less than happy. She told the CEO, he was less than happy. And I was pretty sure like any day now I'm about to get fired. So for the next 2 months between that moment and my annual review, I was sure everyone I dealt with was about to get me fired. Either they were going to fire me or they were just adding more gasoline to the fire of terminating Bryan. And so I was really difficult to work with. I was like super suspicious and argumentative because I just thought everyone was my enemy. And so then I had my review and I'm like, all right, well, this is where they're going to fire me because they haven't yet, that's where they're going to do it. And I walk in, we go through my projects and they really focused on this one. And it's like, outstanding work. This is some of the best stuff you've done this year. You were incredible on it. There's not a single mention of my mistake. And then it turns and it goes, but for some reason, for the last 2 months, you've been really difficult to work with. Nobody wants to work with you right now. What's going on? We can't figure it out. So not only did they not care about the mistake, all they cared about was how I handled it. And they weren't even putting 2 and 2 together to connect. So it wasn't my failure. It's how I failed. That's what was derailed. I was taking all of the yesterday, the failure, the judgment, the negativity, and brought it into today. That's what I was acting on. And I added to that all the fear that everyone must want to fire me and I'm going to get fired any day now. And I brought that back into today. Instead of doing a day, I was living in yesterday and tomorrow at the cost of my career. So ask yourself that, have you had that kind of situation where you brought all that pain and the mistake into the present moment and the fear of what it's going to mean, and you're acting from that place? Or are you owning up to it, correcting it, moving yourself forward? And if you can't think of an example yet, I guarantee you will have several of them throughout your career. It's normal. But don't let that be the reason why things end. Handle it differently, and you can still move forward. So I'm going to leave you guys with a quote. I hope nobody can read Sanskrit, because I can't, and then God knows what that actually says. So it's a quote from Buddha, and what it says is, I'm not going to say it in Sanskrit. Every morning we're born again. What we do today is what matters most. So Buddha actually came up with the idea for my book. But it's so true. So I just want to remind you guys, today is a new day. Go out.